I'm Brian Murray, and I'm going to be giving you my analysis of the Hoboken and downtown Jersey City markets for April 2021. And the fact is that there's a lot of information out there right now, and all it is information. So information is plentiful, but wisdom is scarce. I'm going to try to give you some wisdom behind the information today. I've been tracking this market for 19 years, and I'm going to give you a little visual prop here. It's bananas. It's bananas. I didn't just bring the bananas because it's my lunch. It's bananas out there right now. And you might be seeing that, hey, the suburbs are getting a lot of the publicity with the multiple bid offers and everything that's going on out there, or has been going on for at least the last 6 months to a year. But I wanted to let you know that what's going on right here in the Hoboken, Jersey City market is very, very unique, and it's worth understanding. So let's take a quick step back and understand that in a traditional market, you get a lot of folks from Manhattan that are come over to this side of the river to live, whether it's cheaper, whether they get some outdoor space, whether it's just, I like to call it the first suburb before the people actually go out to, what people traditionally call the suburbs. So that's traditionally what happens. And it's happening even more prevalently now than ever before. Maybe because Manhattan has suffered from COVID more than other places. Maybe it's the work from home lifestyle that people can do now. Maybe it's just that Manhattan really hasn't come back, and the shops, the restaurants, the reasons to live there are not necessarily as much anymore. So why pay a premium for that? So there's a whole bunch of reasons why people are coming over here and across the river. And it's happening in a big way. A very, very big way. So that's one thing. The other thing is that the market has really, the COVID sales market really started to pick up in January. I was telling all of my investors and all of my buyers, hey, the bottom of the market, it's not going to get any better than this in November and December. And guess what? It simply, that was the bottom of the market. Prices are up now 5% over pre-COVID numbers in a lot of cases. That's pre-COVID, where the market was actually picking up some steam in 2020 in January and February. These numbers are up 5% higher than that right now, today. So anybody's looking for the COVID discount, bye-bye on the COVID discount. Okay, so having said all that, what's really going on in the markets today? So let's take a look at April 2021. We'll start with downtown Jersey City. Right now, currently, you have 232 condos on the market. I'm not going to talk about the brownstones because the market for the brownstones is much smaller, and you better believe it's just as competitive, or if not more competitive, than the condo market. But the condo market has a lot more, it has a lot more breadth and depth to it than the brownstone market. So if you want to talk about the brownstone market, DM me or shoot me an email or a text, and we can get deep dive into those numbers. But for Jersey City, 232 condos are on the market right now. The key for that is that in the last 30 days, 136 of those homes have come on the market in the last 30 days. So that's more than half of the homes, maybe 60% of the homes are running 30 days or less, fresh inventory, fresh meat out there. The under contracts, you're looking at 73 for the month of April. So if you try to figure out the volatility, that's about 3 months contracts to actual availability. A lot of people, you might hear the term months of inventory. Most of the time, people are talking about solds to the amount of inventory. But that's a garbage number. And here's why. Solds are 60 days old. Solds are 60 days old. The market 60 days ago was not the market today. 60 days prior to that, it was not the market it is today. So if you're looking at solds, you're behind the market. You're getting old information. And in today's society, everybody expects things real time. This is real time. I'm telling you right now, if you're looking at solds, you're dead in the water. You're not going to be able to compete on buying a home. You're going to underprice your home if you're a seller. If you're talking about solds, if an agent comes in and says, I'm going to sell your home and here are the comps of what's sold, dead in the water. You've underpriced your home. Period. If you're a buyer and you're looking at solds to try to figure out what to bid on a home, you're not getting the home because that's 60 days ago's number. You're dead in the water. So when somebody talks about months of inventory, like let's look at the solds for the last month. There was 59 homes that sold in Jersey City, condos that sold in Jersey City. If you look at that, and that's about 4 months of inventory when you really look at it, compared to, if you actually looked at the number of solds divided by the actives, it's about 4 months of inventory total there. But really, we know with the volatility that it's very much closer to 3. So the market is hotter than the months of inventory would tell you it is. And then a really important piece to this that will make it clear what the difference between solds and the under contracts is this. Look, if I look at the days on market for those 59 sold homes, the average was 50 days on market. The median days was 28 on market. Right? That was the sold number. Now, if I go to the under contract number for days on market, it's 37 as the average and 18 as the median. This is a whole different ball game we're talking about. If you look at 18 days as the median number, that means that half of everything that's gone under contract in April in Jersey City was on the market less than 18 days. And, I just want to point out that by the time it actually says under contract in the MLS where it stops counting the days, usually that deal has been done before then. Usually that deal is done and it's started attorney review and, it's been negotiated. So that home really isn't on the market for 18 days. It's on for less than 18 days. Sometimes a lot less than 18 days. So, if you're coming in there going, well, the average days on market is 50, you as a buyer are done. You're toast. You're not winning. You're not going to say, I have all the time in the world to bid on this, because that's not the reality. Look behind the sold numbers, look into the average, the median, look at the process. You need somebody on your side that understands what these numbers mean and what they're not telling you. And really what they're not telling you is truly that 18 median day number is a lot less. Nobody talks about median days. They always talk about average days. So if you think the average day, even if we're using under contracts, the average days under contract, 37. You're dead in the water, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer. I mean, come on. If you think, the average is 37 days, but the half of them are going under 18 days, and a lot under 18 days. You need to have somebody on your side that understands that said, hey, you know what? This is the home for you. We need to move now. We need to move now, and we need to be aggressive, because you want to go on vacation? Fine. It's not here when you get back. Do you really want me to have to call you on vacation and say, guess what? Yeah, that home's got 3 offers. Yeah, that home's under contract. Oh, yeah, you missed it. Remember, we were just going to sit there and wait and think about it? Bye-bye. Don't let it happen to you. So let's continue down these Jersey City numbers just a little bit more. So in April, the highest price condo that sold was for $1.67 million. The lowest was $255,000. So it's a pretty big range there that you're looking at. The average sale price was $766, and the median was $695. I like to see those numbers real close together. When they're a little bit further apart, it tells me that sometimes some higher end, that it was more of a barbell where some of the higher end stuff sold and some of the lower end stuff sold, but they didn't quite match up. And then the discount rate for April for what sold, which is really 60 days ago, was 2.3% discount. So homes averaged a 97.7% sale. Now I'm going to give you a caveat to all of this, which is new construction. Jersey City more than Hoboken, but Hoboken as well, that there's a lot of new construction out there that is either a shadow or it messes with the numbers. You got places like 99 Hudson, hundreds and hundreds of condos. They could put them on the MLS for a year, 2 years. Places like 1425 Hudson and Hoboken, you could put them on the MLS for months and years. It messes with your average numbers. It really does. So just be aware. That's why I focus more on median numbers than I do on average numbers a lot, because there's a lot of that new construction that'll just kind of skew a lot of that as well. So let's now move up here and over to Hoboken. Hoboken's got 226 condos on the market, almost about the same amount as Jersey City right now. The interesting thing is that, in the last 30 days, that was 148 that came on the market in the last 30 days. So that's a fairly big number. That you're pushing like 67% or thereabouts. So you're seeing a lot of fresh condos on the market. You're under contracts. Let me say this number: 114 in April. 114 in April. I've been tracking the market here for 19 years. To have 100 contracts in a month, I can recall maybe 5 times in the 19 years that there would be a month that really blew out past 100, certainly 110. So you're looking at a super, super hot market from volume. Look, interest rates are super low, money is cheap, COVID is on the mend, and people are starting to look at these urban/suburban environments as long-term doable. So that's why you're seeing these numbers where they are. Let's take a look at the solds in April. 89 solds. That's a big number. But see, again, you're 60 days behind the market. So when we have this conversation in a month from now and in 2 months from now, this 89 is going to look small, because those numbers are going to be 100, 110, maybe even 120, depending on how everything falls. So you're going to start to see, oh, wow, the news media is going to start picking up the fact that, wow, Jersey, the waterfront's making a comeback. It's already made the comeback. You just don't know it yet. They don't know it yet because they just look at what's in front of them. So you're going to start to hear articles, and don't forget where you heard it first. You're going to see in June, in July, wow, look at 100, 110 condos. It's the best market that we've had in a long, long time here. It's already the best market. This is where the knife fight is happening right now on the street. So look at the days on market. So of those sold, the average was 43, the median was 31. But if you look at the under contract numbers, the average was 37 and the median was 17. Again, this is even more, it's a day less than Jersey City. And I'm telling you, that number is less. It is very, very competitive out there. You just have to plan as a buyer to have all your ducks in a row before you go in to start even looking at homes. If you don't have a pre-approval, connect with me. I'll put you in touch with Joe Berg at Pinnacle Mortgage. Local guy, knows everything. And, you can't go. It's like, if you don't have a pre-approval ready, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Just telling you, any delay that you have, any time it takes that you're getting delayed means you're losing. Any time that it takes in your process that you have to delay, I got to talk to the mortgage, I got to get a letter, I got to do this, I got to do that, you've lost. You have lost. Because I can tell you right now that even though there's 114 people who are getting homes this month, There's a whole lot of people out there that lost a bidding war, but you know what? They've got their stuff together and they're ready to go. And they're saying to themselves, I'm not losing the next one. Money is still cheap. I want a home. I want a home before the prices go up again, because that's where we're headed. I can't guarantee anything, but I can tell you right now, supply and demand and where we are right now, this is where homes prices go up. Prices go up when you have more people that want the homes than the homes available. It's that simple. More people that want the homes than homes available. Guess what happens? Prices go up. Seller looks at it and goes, hey, that guy next door sold his house in 5 days on the market. Hey, that person down the street sold their home in 3 days on the market. Oh, what was their price? Let's push the price. If they were able to sell their home in 5 days at $800,000, why don't we try $825,000? Maybe we settle at $815,000. We just beat the guy down the street by 2 points. Bam, just like that. Bam, and that's how the market goes up, just like that. So, if you're a buyer and you are not armed with this information, you're wondering why you're losing out. Now you know. If you're a new buyer and you're just starting in the market, don't let any of this frighten you. I've been here 19 years. I've seen the cycles. I've seen how it all works. Don't think that, oh, hey, Brian said prices are going up, so we'll just wait it out. Here's the thing. Waiting it out is the worst strategy anybody has ever had in real estate. And here's the reason for that, is that interest rates right now are ridiculous. They're still below 3%. Money is cheap. People live in the payment, not the price. So if you're going to be in a home 5 years or more, what does waiting it out mean? It means you're waiting to be in a home 5 years or more. It means you're not getting to live in that space that you want. You're not being able to raise your family in that space. You're not, all of those things. But beyond that, where do you think prices are eventually going to go? Let's say they drop. Let's say, hey, you know what? We're going to wait it out 2 years, 3 years, and prices drop. No, 1%, 2%, 3%. Great. Wow, you really saved yourself a whole bunch of money there, except that interest rates went up. And now your purchasing power went down. For every 1%, and let me say this very clearly to you in a way that hopefully makes sense. For every 1% that interest rates go up, your purchasing power goes down 10%. So if you want to wait for interest rates to go from 3 to 4 and prices come down from $1 million to $950,000, you've lost. You've lost. Your monthly payments are higher at that point. That's why right now is what I feel the bottom of the market for where we are today. The real bottom was probably about 5 months ago. You're going to look back at May 1st, 2021, and say, wow, that really was an amazing time. Prices were still low, and the interest rates were unbelievably low, and money was cheap, and it was affordable. Everything is about affordability. Now is the time, and if you're a seller, speak to me, because you need to know where the market is right now, today, not where the market was 60 days ago. Oh, it infuriates me. Any agent that comes in to give a listing presentation today and talks about sold comps, throw them out. Just throw them out and call me, because that's not the reality of the market. So it's been about 20 minutes. I think I went a little bit over. This is what's happening here in Hoboken and Jersey City for April. Hopefully you got some great information out of this. I do a weekly market update. You can check it out at themurraypropertygroup.com/blog. Every week I do a rolling 7-day average of what's going on in the market, so nobody's left behind. You can please comment, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Check out the show. There's always a lot of good content. At least I think there's a lot of good content on there besides just the numbers. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching.